But because I had so much spare time, I used to live just over there. And because I had so much time, you know, it was party central over there. It really was. Shamshir, yeah. The basically you go left by the fruit and veg stand, first right, and first left, and I was at the end there. Top floor apartment, had the roof as well. Many parties on the roof, done to death, you know. And the bloke that did it, he's in prison now over here. I think he's Serbian, ex-military, and he's never spoken a word about it. Apparently, there's, I don't know. You can just guess. I don't know.
So you've seen this change then, or?
Sorry?
You've seen this change quite a lot with the property issues.
Well, yeah, bits and pieces. Yeah. Do you know one thing? The guy that's coming here, he was here when Don Mintoff kicked all the British out because his father was an oil man in Libya, and Don Mintoff got fed up with having the British here, and he went to school here, and that's how we met. Not here, but when his family got kicked out of Malta by Don Mintoff, all the British, he ended up at the school that I was in Brighton. So, but that place over there. What's it called? It's an Indian restaurant now. Beachcomber, is it Beachcomber?
Oh yeah, this one here.
Yeah.
At the bottom.
That place was the place to go on a Sunday.
Really?
The
So
whole.
that's only just closed, isn't it? I've not been down there.
Well, I think it's still there. I think.
Somebody said it's going to be a dock.
Oh, is it?
So I'm not sure if it's going to be something to do with the boat.
Yeah. But
But you can see
it
the
opens up.
umbrellas have gone.
Opens up every year as a Indian restaurant. You know, has done for years, but it's not a good location. Really,
Hello.
You know.
How you doing? I've just got a question.
Yeah.
Now,
Why are you so fat? Is that the question?
And why are you so
I've
old?
checked all the chairs
and
today.
tight. and tight. And tight.
The lady's been going around checking all the chairs to make sure that you don't have a tumble. I made loads of gifts. I made loads of gifts of it.
Let's get something straight. Look at his chair. And he don't take cheese.
I don't
Oh,
know.
that's what you
no.
Is that how you spell cheese?
It's how you spell cheese the vegan way.
Is there a definitive vegan way of spelling cheese?
It's a very good question. No, is the answer. But
Well, I just looked at that. I thought, you know, see, I'm not a spelling guru, but I thought,
that's not right. No, it's something that's been adopted by the vegans. So you'll see a lot of different spellings like that, just to try and differentiate.
so I
it.
trust that you are
But-
a vegan.
Yeah, that's me.
Are you really vegan?
I really am.
Well, we went
There's a clue
vegetarian.
going on.
We went vegetarian at home for
4 days. His missus
no, it
told
was
me.
2 weeks. It was 2 weeks. And
It wasn't, it was
because
4
I do all the cooking. Now.
Claudia told me 4 days. 4
and,
days it was. I'm looking at the rust
I
factor.
got fed up with it.
Yeah, I used to have this.
I got fed up with it because I was running out of ideas to cook with. You know, we had lentils and
No, you
soups,
see, this is
know,
not
and
what
stuff
I
like
was
that.
told. You see, I've been given a completely different point of view, it would appear. That in fact he couldn't take it. It was nothing to do with inventiveness or creation. It was all to do with the fact that he is a carnivore that eats meat, which I think is disgusting. And you probably
do. You know
do too.
what? I don't, because it was only, 3-4 years ago, and I loved meat.
Yeah.
Loved meat. Going to a steak restaurant is my favourite restaurant, but
I don't eat much red meat.
They do a good
chicken.
steak down there, Pepe Nero, isn't it? Yeah. I had a birthday there, not this year, the year before actually, for my 59th. They no 58th last year, and they do a beautiful sirloin with a beautiful pepper
See,
sauce on.
this was a guy who decided he was going to go vegan.
Yeah.
See the way he described that?
I think it's too hard unless you're in the right mindset. For me, I watched one of these documentaries, and I
Oh, I
quite
know.
spiritual.
Yeah, I know. I've watched
And
all
I said,
those.
Was it
These
Food
things-
Nation?
No, I think it's. I can't even remember.
You watch Food Nation, you'll go off it. There's no two ways
But
about it.
Did you take my €2 for
I
the
did, I
coffee?
did.
Well
But
done. Yeah,
These
well done.
never bothered me, but then all of a sudden it bothered me, and that was it. There was no looking back. So I think it either happens to you or it doesn't. That's my.
Well, I agree. I don't have a problem with it. Well, he'll tell you. that I was very, very sick in 2009.
Yeah,
wasn't
down to
I?
Coca-Cola. Because in Malta originally, the water wasn't, you couldn't drink it, and they didn't have bottled water when he was here.
I was young. I came here.
So
when
he
I was
only
8.
drank Coca-Cola. And that stuck with him throughout your life, right up until when? What, 50?
So you got sick through drinking Coca-Cola?
Well, I didn't drink a small quantity.
You gave yourself diabetes?
No, not at all. No, I don't have any problems now at all. What happened was I started to work for. I did a contract for a company that took me all over the world, And unbeknown to me, that in fact, when you go across time zones, your deep sleep is crucial to regeneration of your digestive system. So I was bouncing across time zones one night tomorrow, living in 33,000 feet, and I wasn't regenerating properly. So eventually, after about a year of this, it was very clear that something wasn't right. And
you were in hospital in Thailand, were you, for weeks or something?
Yeah, I was very, very
when
sick.
you lived
but
in
the
Canada.
funny thing is this. Now, to give you the basic story. Basically, I ended up with malabsorption, which is an inability to absorb nutrients. Right? And Thailand couldn't work it out because it wasn't. You know, if your arm's hanging off, they can put it back on. But when they can't see something, it's a little more mysterious for the doctors over there. So, anyway, I'd spent about $30,000 trying to get better, and it just wasn't working. I was getting worse and worse. My eyes were dry, my skin was terrible. Do you remember how bad it was?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Really, really bad. What I was eating was coming out the way it went in, and it was just terrible. So I trundled off to Hong Kong, actually to put my affairs in order because I had some bank account there, and went into a doctor in Hong Kong in a hospital. And I'll never forget, I walked in and he looked at me and said, "Oh, you die soon, sure."
Yeah, there you go.
And I just...
You die soon, sure.
That's what he said, yeah. So I gave him my medical file.
Oh, dear.
And he came up with a solution, which was a theory that he'd used before, which was simply this. If your body was taking no nutrients, you'd have died already.
Yeah.
And my organs were beginning to give some horrible signals that things weren't right. My liver, my pancreas, my spleen, they're all producing the wrong enzymes. Now, this was created because I drunk so much.
Is there a short version of this?
Yeah, that the hydrochloric acid your stomach produces, right, it's all part of the same thing, was disrupted.
Yeah.
You see, so I didn't regenerate my small intestine. So that's where it all went wrong. His solution was raw vegetables.
Didn't you eat a lot of rice or something?
No, raw vegetables. And I had a diet that was specifically controlled, which was kale, broccoli.
And you stuck to it to save your life.
I'll tell you, I did. I really did.
Yeah.
It was torture, but I did.
Yeah.
And it was vegetables and water. And I started to turn the corner in no more than about 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was basically that his theory was simple. If you can get just 10% of the nutrients that you ordinarily would have, if I give you 1,000%, 10% represents enough to get it in there.
Yeah.
And the truth is, when I came out the other side and I started to research this, it's not an uncommon solution. It's quite a common solution. And I did it for a year.
Yeah.
So, I was vegetarian for a year.
That's important.
Water and vegetables. Now, I started to have cooked vegetables probably about 3 or 4 months in.
No meat as well. So
No,
you were
I had no
vegan,
meat at all.
dairy.
No meat at all. None. Not even fish or chicken. Nothing. And
You used to love KFC, didn't you?
I don't eat it anymore.
No.
And it woke me up enough that now I'm acutely aware
Yeah.
that I can't abuse it the way I used to.
But this is, you just highlighted why most illnesses, human nature like depression, childhood illnesses, ADHD, all these
I'm
things.
absolutely
the
convinced.
first thing they should be doing is a clean diet for a year
Absolutely.
and see where you're at, and then address the medical issue
That's it.
if the body is in a healthy state.
Well, his theory was
Exactly
simple, that your body will repair itself if you give it a chance to
Yeah.
do it, right? And he explained to me, because I went back to see him a little while later, and he was ever so pleased that I'd stuck to it. But he said to me,
I bet he's pleased to see you alive.
well, he said
You die now.
the 20% that survive it, malabsorption, it's only 20% survival rate. It's because they cannot radically change the way that they need to.
Yeah.
And he was absolutely stunned that I was able to do that. Now, kudos to my partner. She made sure that I was not going to bend that rule. And she did try to make things I had to eat interesting, and she did a very good job, but with the limitations that I had to eat them with. And I will say that, I was converted, and ever since then, I am acutely aware of what I eat.
So if you
To
don't
a level
feel great,
where I
you
don't
know
buy
what to
anything
do.
without looking at the back and the ingredients.
That's pretty much the reason I went vegan. It wasn't necessarily the animals to start with, it was the health industry. I didn't believe in what they do to the animals.
I
and
agree with
the
you.
antibiotics. It scared me.
Well, it's what they put in them that's scary. Let me tell you what they've discovered in Thailand. First and foremost, they don't have the regulations we have in Europe.
Yeah.
So they will literally pump the animals full of steroids and antibiotics
Just to keep
and
them
all
alive,
sorts.
because the conditions they keep them
Correct.
in is so disgusting.
And I saw a thing about chickens that
Yep.
is absolute. Try this. Do you know
Yes, I do.
that they make chickens now?
Yeah,
breed
which-
chickens now. They're so heavy they break their legs.
Yeah,
Disgusting.
I remember you telling me that the KFC in America.
Yeah, do you know they had
call
to?
it-
Do you know why they
can't
changed their
call it
name?
chicken
Do you know
anymore.
why they changed from Kentucky Fried Chicken? Do you know the reason? Check it out. It's unbelievable. I didn't believe it, so I looked it up. It used to be Kentucky Fried Chicken. If you ever go to a KFC, if you look, they don't ever use the word chicken.
Because the percentage of chicken is not.
No, it's because they had modified the chicken in such a way that someone in America had taken PepsiCo, who owned chicken at
Yeah,
KFC,
yeah.
and said, you can't call it chicken.
Yeah.
And they managed to change their name because of the way that they breed them. And
This
it's
is
all to
exactly
do.
one of the reasons I went this way, because I lived in America for a few years, and the chicken
America's
in the supermarket, it's white. It's not chicken, and I was like,
Well, all the chicken in America is chlorinated, isn't it?
and it's all
Yeah.
owned. Every single brand traces back to it's like PepsiCo, and there's another brand like Harvest or something.
Yeah,
they
they're
all
all
go
there.
back to the same owner. They've all got these chicken factories,
Absolutely.
and I thought,
And if you see those chicken farms, Food Nation highlight them, that they're horrendous. They are. And I will consciously try to avoid that sort of thing. And
That's
even
why.
since I've been back, John, right?
Yeah.
Where did you go yesterday? Just refresh my memory.
I can't
McDonald's.
remember. Oh yeah.
Did I order anything?
No.
it's pretty gross, isn't it?
I got caught out yesterday. I forgot about. I ordered a double cheeseburger, no cheese, because I thought that would be the best deal. But it's the single cheeseburger that gets you the best deal
Do you
with
know
no
what's
cheese.
worrying? It's worrying that someone gets to a point in their life where that matters.
I just like a deal. You know, I like a deal. Cheeseburger. You order because they don't do a plain hamburger.
Yeah.
You know? So you order a cheeseburger, no cheese, and it's a special price as well. Has been for years. So she didn't bat an eyelid, did she, when I said double cheeseburger, no cheese? Because you don't get all the other bits and
You
pieces.
see, they say that's 100% beef, but you have to ask what's
of the
defined-
beef, it's 100% beef. But what else is it?
Yeah, but the burger is.
Well, it's the hoof.
Yeah,
It's
beef
the
is
tongue.
100%. See,
It's
this is it. Advertising. It's the way the nuances
it's
of
mechanically
advertising.
reclaimed
There
beef.
you go.
You put the bones in
Yeah.
a bone hopper, and it comes out. The bones at the other end are completely dry, and it creates this slurry
Yeah, no.
Oh, it's disgusting.
of beef, and they mix that in with the burgers, and then
It's
I
That's
eat it.
exactly why I open this, because everything I cook here myself. No
Oh, do you
preservatives,
really?
No
Oh,
additives.
okay.
I make all fresh cheeses, all the sandwiches.
You make the cheeses?
I've had your.
Goodness
I've had
me.
it twice now. The cheesecake, the blueberry
Oh, you
cheesecake.
had the cheesecake.
I do, yeah, very pleasant.
Is that an American
See, so
style
I'm quite-
cheesecake or?
No,
I'm
vegan
quite,
style.
Oh.
I'm quite willing to pay for things like that because
Yeah,
I understand but he wouldn't pay. No, you see, he would look at that and he would say, I can go down trolleys and buy something in a plastic bag.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
The amount of money I spend on food's
Well, it's
ridiculous.
So yeah, no, I had that wake up call.
Convenience food is scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
goodness.
The body craves.
Although
But
I
you know
do
what's
like
happened?
a hot and
A whole
spicy pot
generation-
noodle now and again.
What I was saying about Thailand, the
like
whole
that.
generation.
That's vegetarian, isn't
Yeah,
it?
you know those super noodles.
Yeah,
Awful
yeah.
stuff. But every now and then, just.
The whole generation in Thailand, let me tell you what's happened now. Since they've been pumping their animals full of stuff,
Yeah.
they've discovered that girls are now starting their period as young as 8.
Yeah. And they say this is why men are developing like man boobs when they get bigger.
Absolutely.
Because of the
And-
antibiotics and
and-
That explains yours, mate, doesn't it?
I haven't got any. You're the one who's got them. I really don't have any.
it's the next generation.
I've had 12 years now of a good diet.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what.
What
I'll
did
tell
you
what
eat
happened.
just now?
Eh?
What did you eat just now?
Mate, a waffle.
Yeah, with cream.
I did eat with cream. I'm
Yeah.
not vegan. I never said I was a vegan.
You could have a treat. I mean.
Cream and blackberries. I don't think you'll find that there's.
The amount of sugar in those blackberries.
There is
mate.
an extreme
There's
amount
about
of sugar.
half is
But I
sugar.
don't have diabetes. You, on the other hand, do.
Yeah, I know. Chalala.
Well, that's the point, isn't it?
He's
I don't have
diabetes.
it.
He doesn't care about diabetes.
I don't have it. That's the reality. You see me.
Look, we've all got to go sometime, buddy.
We do.
We're going to
It's
go,
true,
aren't we?
it's true. I think you've got to
I
make
just
choices.
heard a horrible story. Actually, a friend of mine, his friend, 65 years old, he was diagnosed 3 years ago with liver cancer. Right, ate the right food, was on a waiting list.
Yeah.
Was doing really well. Went on the waiting list. They transferred the liver. Didn't work.
Oh, he died on the operating table.
He hasn't
yeah.
died. He's on life support. They're going to turn it off. So he was.
But he's still conscious, isn't he?
No, he never regained consciousness.
Oh, what? Because surely if he's on life support and they just swapped out a liver.
No, what they've done is they've left him unconscious because it was an unsuccessful transplant. So he's not going to know anything about it, but you know, nonetheless.
That's a shame, isn't it? Eh?
It is, guys in London.
Wow, you'd have thought they'd have got it right,
Yeah,
wouldn't you?
definitely, yeah.
Time's up, time's up.
Well, that's exactly it, isn't it? And I thought it was in 2009. Do you know what? I lost energy. My eyes were constantly dry. You see, because what happens is the doctors, they started taking a weird approach. Your eyes are dry, you must need drops.
Yeah. This is why I
Whereas
believe
the
in
Chinese
doctors.
doctor said to me, oh, no. And he explained the quality of tears is from your digestive. Did you know that?
Yes,
And ever
I knew
since
that.
then, and I've concentrated on that, I don't get dry eyes.
You didn't know that?
This is why holistic
Did you know
medicine is
that?
so
Yeah.
valuable.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, did
People
you?
who are interested in holistic or whatever.
Nobody knows that.
But it's true, like when people understand the connection, there's like the mind-body connection to
Oh,
pain,
absolutely.
like
Yeah,
backs
yeah.
and stuff. There's like a memory connection to the pain. There's so much interesting stuff like that, but people
Well,
just
funny
don't
enough, I
sit and
said to
trust the
someone
doctor.
yesterday about the sun. I'm one of these people that loves the sun. It gives us vitamin D. If you don't have sun, you can't artificially introduce vitamin D into your body. Did you know that?
You
Yeah.
don't absorb it.
You can't.
Can't you have a little tablet, no?
No, you
Oh,
can't
right.
put it in there.
Okay.
Now, we only need 5 minutes a day
Yeah.
to get our required amount.
Oh, we get a lot more than that.
We do, but here's the deal, and this is interesting. Unfortunately, black people, they need an hour and a half
What? Why
to
is
get
that
the
then?
same vitamin
Why
D.
is that?
Well, because it's a little hard to get in. But
No, black absorbs more light than
I don't know. I
white.
didn't make the rules, but that's how it is. Now, interestingly,
Are you sure you're correct?
I am correct. Check it out. I know that when people in England are getting down, I totally believe it's the sun. Because when the sun
You
comes
thought
out,
Karen was affected by, what's it called, seasonal affective disorder?
sad,
or something?
yeah,
Sad,
it's
yeah.
a genuine ailment. That
Yeah,
is.
yeah, I agree.
Genuine ailment.
And what's interesting about COVID, tell everyone to stay inside. Now, have you seen the figures lately for flu?
Oh
Flu's
yeah,
vanished.
I got sent that by my friend Dave.
Well, what's happened to flu? Has it gone down?
No, it's vanished. Flu doesn't exist
Vanished.
anymore. It's just COVID.
Everybody's going.
So COVID's replaced the flu.
Has it affected you badly? I suppose it has,
Yeah.
because of the tourists.
You open. When did you open? January? July? Oh, July last year.
So so as soon as they lifted the initial restrictions, because I took the contract in December, as soon as they lifted the restrictions, I opened in July. I had 2 fantastic months,
Yeah.
and then it eased off a bit, and then the restrictions came.
Did they force you to close at some point?
Not me, because I'm a snack bar.
Oh, yeah.
Only bars they closed.
Yeah.
But I can't serve alcohol anymore, so that just changed the dynamic completely.
Yeah.
Are you
People would
surviving
sit
though?
here-
You're surviving.
I mean, I'm not making any money now. I'm not making a salary, but I'm
Financially
managing to
independent, this lady.
Plug. Yeah, I've got other things going on.
Bitcoins are rocketing.
Oh, Daddy.
Look, he hates Bitcoin.
I do.
Hates it.
Bullshit.
Yes. Well, you know what? Ride that wave. That's all I'm saying.
Well, fair enough, but at the end of the day,
What
it's
is it
gonna
now?
crash.
You're more up to date than me. You know?
35,000.
Oh, look. So a man that doesn't like Bitcoin, he knows
Do you
the
know why?
price.
Because when it goes
36,100.
down, I shove it right up it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my portfolio literally did this, right? Bought in, went to here.
Do you know what,
Completely
kudos? If you
collapsed
made money
again,
out of it
now
and
it's
he's made
here.
money out of it, good for you. But at the end of the day, there's one thing that I guarantee: everyone is going to lose everything at some point.
They won't, mate.
I'll tell you why I don't like it. It's driven by techies. It's not driven by reality.
It's driven by institutions now,
It's
buddy.
driven by oh bollocks! The techies are telling you that.
No, they're not. No.
Listen,
the more it
it's
gets
a fact.
established.
Listen,
I
he told
sent
me-
you a Via
he
Lose
told me
article
JP
recently.
Morgan are buying in. Right, that's what he told me, yeah? I happen to know someone on the board of JP Morgan who's a very good friend of mine now, and I asked him outright. He said, What a load of rubbish.
But maybe
Now, he's on the
Maybe he
ball.
can't disclose that to
He's
you.
not allowed
No,
to
he
disclose
doesn't.
it.
No, he
He's not allowed to disclose
Of
it.
course he is.
No, he's not, because it's not acceptable
Well, maybe it's not his
for
department.
mainstream investment
It's driven
houses
by
like
techies.
JP Morgan
The
to
techies
acknowledge
big
that
it
they're
up to
buying it.
take all the money, then they watch it crash and do it again.
Mate,
Yeah, the way- I mean,
it's
the way
now
it's
on
got some
PayPal.
powerful control.
Whatever you say about
What
it,
percent-
you can now pay, using crypto on PayPal. It's mainstream
It's
now, whether you
becoming,
like it or not.
Okay, so it's obviously so mainstream, you can buy me a coffee.
I can buy you a coffee. You
You're
know I've got a
welcome
crypto card.
to buy
However,
me.
you also know that I won't.
Now why?
Because
If you're making that much money,
regardless what money.
yeah, but if you're making that much money, why wouldn't you do it?
Because it's a lot easier. Because you always forget the coffee.